As she wandered through smoldering ruins, Artemis looked at the devastation around her. Little was left in her Greek village besides the scorched earth. But as the physiotherapy student picked her way through the rubble, a shadow in the corner caught her eye. In July 2018, terrible fires swept through the Grecian region of Attica. Heavy winds spread the blaze quickly, meaning it overwhelmed the region with ease. Many hundreds of homes were subsequently destroyed, and as of September, 99 people had passed away as a result. The small resort of Mati, less than 20 miles from Athens, was perhaps hit the worst. A blaze started there on July 23rd, with gusts as great as 60 miles per hour, then directing the fire through the village and onto the sea. People escaped to the beaches, where the lucky ones were rescued by coast guards and others on boats. On July 24th, a local resident described the horror to BBC News. "What's happening here is Eastern Attica is a black hell. After I passed by hundreds of burning cars and houses earlier, I reached the yard where police said so many had been found dead." In addition to the significant human loss, countless animals also perished. From when the inferno had started on July 27th, veterinarian Irene Mavrakis had reportedly seen to 70 patients at her practice, about 4 times the workload she would have dealt with under regular circumstances. In order to help, volunteers picked their way through the charred rubble in an attempt to find wildfire victims. This proved a difficult task, as even the wildlife that had survived had been made so distressed by the blaze they tended to avoid human contact. And Kyriakopoulou, a physiotherapy student, was one of the rescuers scouring the ruins. She also captured her progress by video and uploaded the footage to YouTube, presenting the grim conditions she and other rescuers had faced to the world. In the video, we watch her make her way through a lot of charred trees. Then she spots a still-standing structure, which she would later claim she knew would contain something inside. Even so, as she told the dodo, she didn't hear anything emanating from the object. "I was so scared to look inside because I knew I was going to find something in there, but I didn't know if it was dead or alive," she added to the website. But regardless of her reservations, she was compelled to find out. When Kyria mustered up her courage to take a peek, she discovered that there was indeed something in there, something that initially looked to the student like a burnt, shaggy rug. As the thing moved, Kyria knew she'd found an unlikely survivor. You see, the volunteer discovered a dog. Although the creature's overgrown fur made breed identification difficult, and though the canine was alive, he had not survived unscathed. His whole body and coat were burned, and he was in intense pain, she told the dodo. "It was really hard seeing the dog in a situation like this," the student continued. "I started crying just like the other volunteers. Of course, I thanked God for giving him one more chance, because he was really lucky I found him, and it was by accident, actually." Perhaps understandably, the dog appeared to have been left traumatized by his experience. He initially refused to come out of his hiding place. With some patient persuasion and the promise of food, Kyria managed to win the dog's trust. With that, she was able to take him to the veterinarian. Unsurprisingly, it was discovered that the dog had suffered from smoke inhalation, and so vets began treating him with a course of antibiotics. Rescuers also concluded that the dog, now known as Leukomachus, had not been necessarily separated from his home by the blaze. Indeed, the animal's shaggy coat suggested he likely could have been living on the streets as a stray prior to the fires. It was indeed the case, though. Leukomachus was now set for a completely new beginning as soon as he recovered, that is. Until he could be found a permanent home, Leukomachus was placed in the care of volunteer Diana Topali. Given that the animal's past is something of a mystery, this could well have been the first loving environment he had experienced in some time. Topali, the dog's foster care, considers it a miracle that the animal made it through this ordeal at all. "Even his eyelashes are burnt," she told The Independent. "I wonder how this dog survived." Happily, though, Leukomachus has apparently been steadily recuperating. He's said to be looking much happier and healthier. After the vets gave him essential grooming, he was good to go. And when the dog had been taken care of, it was discovered that a handsome 4-year-old poodle cross lay underneath the unkempt, smoke-stained coat. However, Kyria would later reveal on her Facebook page that she had also rescued another dog nearby. This second dog had been left relatively unscathed compared to Leukomachus, and the rescuer took it to be the other animal's sibling. Kyria also appealed in her social media followers to help her find animal wildfire victims a home. "Please help us find their owners if they are still alive," she wrote. "My kids need parents to love them and provide them with the necessary care. Help me find them family." And after such a dreadful ordeal, those animals deserve just that.